This is a video all about being efficient every single day in Albion Online. I'm going to go over what I do the very second that I log into the game to when I log out, to how I decide what I'm going to do that day, and explain everything. Let's go. So as soon as I log into the game, the very first thing I do is I click this little button under Activities, and I go to Activities down here at the bottom drop down, and I'm checking the daily production bonuses. Now, I used to also check over here, care about daily events, but once you're leveled up and you have mostly maximum spec, you don't really care about this anymore. But over here is money. Now, I only care about anything that has a 20% bonus. So sadly, on the Western server, there is no bonus. Let's see if other servers have one. Sadly, Asia has only 10% that day, or today rather, whatever. And still 10% on Europe, so no 20% to show off. But let's just pretend that this bow or this sword bonus is a 20%er. Well, the next step that I would do is go check the markets and see how and what I could do to make a profit that day. Now, if you want more information on how to do that, I'm not going to be teaching you in this specific video. That is a members-only topic, so if you don't know what that is, you can become a channel member. It is $5 a month. Click the join button down below. No sponsorships in my videos. Just channel membership reads, that's it. Step number 2 is pretty simple. I like to check the markets for deals on items that I want to buy. And just to show you what I'm talking about here, I have in a notepad, I have some items. And here I have a war bow, a dual swords, claws, fire staff, wildfire, permafrost, and blight. And I go to each city and I check the daily prices to see if they're any good. Now, these prices aren't updated, they're wrong, so don't try to, bust me about the prices written down here, but these are for 8.4 pieces of equipment. I have been looking for an 8.4 blight staff for quite a while, and I am not paying 56 million. I'm just not going to pay 56 million. There's no way. Especially when the cheapest was listed at 45 not too long ago. That's still a little too expensive. So, again, I'm just looking for deals. I'm looking for someone who wants a fast sell, and they just put it up on the market expecting it to, be gone in the next few hours. So I do this at least 4 times a day. Step number 3 is I check for faction fights. So I just open my map here. Then in the top right, I toggle it to faction warfare. And what I'm looking for is in the yellow zones, because I don't care about the red zones. I don't want to lose loot, and I don't have friends to play with. I'm looking at the borders of the yellow zones here. So you can see that Carnes Hill and Felnix Hill, I've always called it Felknix, whatever. These 2 zones. They're currently occupied by Martlock. Now, just looking at them, none of these little flags are being highlighted that they're in combat. Now, I'm going to look at the nearby bordered zones for Bridgewatch, and none of their flags are in combat either, so there is nothing going on in these zones right now. And because this is a little too close to Martlock, I can't go solo cap this without heavy resistance, so I'm not going to bother. So I'm going to look at the other side and see how, well, it looks like Limhurst is being pushed in pretty hard. Because these are so far away from town, I generally don't look, but there's no combat in any of these zones, and they're too far away for me to go solo cap. I could probably solo cap this, but again, it's such a long ride, it's just not worth it. The next thing I do is I check for static dungeon rallying. So to do this, you have to leave your personal island. You got to go to Bridgewatch or whatever town you live in. Now that I'm here in Bridgewatch, we can throw some money around. Let's just Mr. Cumshot 69. What a fun name. What a fun name that guy has. I gave him some money because he's got a funny name. But does he have a stats page? Sperm bank hit and run, huh? Okay, good stuff. So anyway, what I like to do is check for static dungeon rally. You have to be in town for this, or near town. You can't be on an island. Open your map, and you're going to look for shimmering lights on the static zones. So I don't check tier 3 zones. I don't care about tier 3. I care about the tier 5 zone and the tier 4 zone. Because there is not shimmering light pouring out of these static bases, they're not currently active. And I don't care about checking other towns because I only faction flag for Bridgewatch. But you technically could. Like, I could go to Limhurst and look for nearby rallying if I, don't care about earning faction points. Oh, look! Croker Hill has just lit up. It looks like it's starting to be captured by Bridgewatch. So that is 1, 2, 3, that's 4 zones away. And it looks like Halden Tor is just now getting captured, so they're about to push to Martlock, and that I don't want to bother with that. But right now, none of these static zones are rallying, so there's really no point to run them. I could, it just wouldn't be as lucrative. So step 5 is to check for gathering profit margins, and here's how I'm going to do this. Because I live in Bridgewatch, this is hide. Because I live near Martlock, that is stone, and Limhurst is wood, and you know, everything in between. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the market now, and then I'm just going to go to tier 2. I'm going to go to resources, and I'm going to start with fiber. I'm just going to click on it. I'm not going to actually buy anything. And I'm going to look at the 4-week market history. Let's look at the 7-day market history. It looks like it's down. So, boo. Bad, 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 bad. Alright, so let's go to the next one, Hide. Let's see how Hide is doing in tier 2. It's down. Okay, that sucks. Okay, what about Ore? How's Ore doing? Down. Alright, not good. Let's see, we have Stone. Let's check Stone. Stone is also down. So, yeah, it looks like tier 2, not so much. Let's check Wood, just because, why not? Wood is also down. Now we go to tier 3, and we do the same thing. Looks like it's stable. Tier 3 Wood is stable. And we're going to continue to Stone now. And tier 3 Stone, a little bit stable. Not my favorite thing to mine, though. Tier 3 Stone, not as easy, I guess, is tier 2 Ore. How's tier 3 Ore doing? It's rising. It's actually rising a tiny bit. But over the week, it's not up. It's basically average. It's like one. I don't know. It's okay. I'm not close to Ore though. Being in Bridgewatch, Ore is much harder to acquire. So it's not something I usually seek out. But let's check tier 3 Hide. Tier 3 Hide is it's up a little bit. Not bad. Okay, we got something there. Tier 3 Hide. Looks good. What about Fiber? How's Fiber doing? Fiber is up in, well, 7 days. And it's average-ish for a 4-week period. So Fiber and Hide, which is the Bridgewatch region. So that's really nice, right? That's pretty good. And then I check tier 4, and just because... Okay, that's way down. Way down. Holy crap, that's way down, right? Yikers. So Fiber's basically out because of that. But tier 4 Hide... also on a downward slump, not good. So gathering today isn't really all that good. I don't think gathering is worth it. But let's... Ore just slumped down hard. Look at that. Stone, of course Stone sucks. It's Travertine, alright? Don't even bother with Travertine tier 4. And then tier 4 Wood? How you doing? You're also down. So gathering, not a good look today. Alright, and because there is literally nothing else to do, step 6 is to check for stream snipeable targets. And ever since the European realm opened, there's really no one to bully anymore. But let me just kind of show you what that looks like. And here we are. So we're going to open the Twitch Albion Online category. I have it set to English because if I can't hear their reaction, there's really no point. So we have Girl Gamer, we have Mists, AFK Bot, this guy's in Rhodes, AFK Bot, Hellgate, AFK Bot. This looks like a private island, maybe, or, what is it? Brazilian, maybe. This person is in Mists. This person is doing Arena. This person is, I forgot, but, they were in the Mists earlier. This is an AFK gray screen. This is an AFK Xbox screen. This person is Bridgewatch flagged, doing Blue Zone dungeons. So, because they're Bridgewatch, they're basically on my team. Let's see, this is Nightfall Abbey, Hellgate, this guy's on Europe, and Brazilian. So there is literally no targets at all right now in the English category. Then I check YouTube live streams by typing Albion Online. I click live. And then I scroll through. There's no one here that either speaks English, is bullyable. There was one guy, but he's in like 6'3" with a group of 10 people, so that would be a really tough fight. I just can't be bothered. And then I check Kick, and there is just no one here. And I checked like 4 other niche sites. No one streams this game. This game is basically dead. Next up, I check Reddit, Steam, the forums, and Twitter, and see if anyone's talking about the game. Any interesting discussions, news posts, anything that might, you know, spur some inspiration about maybe I can make a video about something. And I did this step just a bit ago, and there was literally nothing. One guy was asking, how much food do you have to feed animals when breeding them? And I mean, that's not really a video topic because the game literally tells you in the UI what to feed them and how much you need to feed them. So, like, just learn to read, dude. And then step 8 is I just check current and recent YouTube videos if there's anything spicy or interesting or new or anything, but it's all just old stuff. It's stuff we've done for years. It's stuff, like, all the creators are just cannibalizing each other's ideas at this point. I've done it, they do it, everyone's doing it. It's all been done. It's all old, boring stuff. Now, I did find this video interesting. It's called Albion Infamous Players Guantanamo J. It's only got 45 views. It was put out 8 days ago. That's an interesting one. Then at this point, I'd probably spend at least a couple hours doing some market flips, which, if you want to know what that is, that's channel members only content. You gotta click that join button, $5 a month. Sorry, bros. It's too good to make public. If I made it public, then no one could do it, and it would be pointless, if everyone knew how to do this. And then at this point, I'd probably do some island management, which is tending to laborers and doing farms if I have premium active, which I haven't had active premium, I don't think this year. Well, maybe, no, in February, yeah, I did a little bit of, no, I didn't. No, I did not, no. Focus alts, I would, make some focus alts. That's, you make a new character, you run it through the tutorial, you get premium on it, the 3 days free premium, and then they'll have 29,999 focus that you can spend later on doing certain things. That's a members only secret as well. And then step 11 would be yellow zone ganking if it's near prime time. Right now, the servers came up an hour ago, and so there's not a lot of people online. I could probably maybe gank some transports or even transport bots. Only 53 people on Bridge Watch. I want that number to be tripled before I even bother, yellow zone ganking, because there's just not enough targets. It gets really stale. Everyone just kind of gets bullied out of the zone, and then there's just no one at all to bully. So, again, not a whole lot to do anymore in this game. It's kind of stale, really, honestly. And then step 12 would be just go gather anyway, because even though the market may be down at the moment, I can just sit on materials and wait for the market to upswing before selling. As you can see here, I've got a whole lot of travertine and a whole lot of tier 2 leather, which, yeah, just waiting for that market to, get shorted on it so I can sell it all. But yeah, that's really honestly about it. I mean, there is just not a lot to do in this game. The updates are so slow. The server splits means there's less people to play against. And I've been playing this game over 4 years and I haven't made a single friend playing it. So why bother keeping playing it? I don't need the money. I don't need the fame. I've got maximum gear, pretty much just waiting on masterpieces to be put up on the market. Or if they would devise some way that I could buy awakened items. I would love to buy awakened items, 8.4 awakened weapons, but you can't sell them in the market. And because I'm muted, I can't talk to people and ask, hey, who's got one for sale? There's just nothing to do in this game, man. Anyway, that's the video. Just leave a like, I guess. Click the video on the right side of your screen. If you don't, your rent's going to go up, and if you're too young for rent, well, you're screwed already. You have no future. Sorry, that's the truth.